All right, you're live.
Government can't. The government cannot hold bake sales. We can just give them money.
I want to hold bake sales with rocket ship cakes.
You're live on the internet.
I am live.
Vertical launch or horizontal? Another name for that.
Welcome everyone to our meeting. John's got some minutes. I'm watching him do that. Let's say upcoming events. We've got a whole bunch of calendar events on the calendar coming up. We've also got some cool stuff. If you haven't joined Slack and the events and classes channel, please do so. They're always posted in there every week, and we always talk about them live. Does anybody want to talk about the events? Hi, Jamie.
Upcoming in March is a Polish Easter egg class. It's with wax and candles and dyes. Come sign up. It's a little pricier than the rest of our classes. I think we made it $15, but that's because you get an entire starter kit yourself. You get the scribing tool. You get a pack of dyes. I think there's 8 in there.
That sounds excellent.
Yes, it is.
Sign up early.
Sign up early.
Did you say excellent?
She has to order kits. Sign up early.
Yeah, actually,
Did you already say the shell?
So that's actually a good point. That last point out. That's the reason I brought it up. I have to order the kits, and it's not on Amazon, so I can't get them in 2 days. So the sooner everybody signs up for the class, the sooner I can order kits. I think I made the cutoff 2 weeks out from the class. Class is March 19th, which is a Saturday. So sign up. Come do arts and crafts Polak style with me.
And sign up so don't scramble and wait till the end.
Not on the calendar. I want to do a Arduino class sometime after the open house. So it'll be first or second week, probably on a Friday.
So besides Orlando is coming up, they offered us a table. There's a slight problem. Lance and I are the only 2 people that usually go to besides Orlando and actually care. We're busy going, so you're going?
Yes.
Awesome, but you actually want to go.
No, I've actually already signed up.
If anyone wants to sit at a table for 2 days at an event, we've been offered the table. I think Lance and I are just going to volunteer anyway, because, well,
You'll be helping with
Lance
Raspberry
usually
Pi.
shows up, attends, and then ends up volunteering.
Yeah, I get voluntold.
I'm voluntold for the lockpick village, so if you haven't learned how to pick locks, you should come do that.
No way!
Can you give a rundown on B-sides?
Okay, so B-Sides Orlando, it's basically InfoSec World every year. They have that. That's the A side of the team, and we're the B side. So B-Sides is it's a big security conference thing. It's across the nation. They actually have, I think, outside of the U.S. as well. But it's really cool. It's a relatively cheap security conference. So if you've never done information security stuff or want to learn about security, it's a cool thing to go to, and it's local. We're gonna have it at UCF. So,
Date time
March 12th to 13th. And besidorlando.org if you want more information.
Who should they talk to if they want to sit at a table, Will?
Yeah, probably me. I'm their social media person. I'm just really lazy. So, heavily involved. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Also, we're redoing the Linux classes again. We're doing them now on a every other week basis, and I'll be heading it more for the most part. We'll let Lance take care of something else. But
I'm working on the
first class
door.
actually went pretty well, so I would like to try to get more people involved, and I'm trying to set something up so people kind of coming late, they can still join in without worrying, oh, I missed out a whole bunch. So by all means, if everybody could make a point of trying to introduce more people to come to the class, especially new beginners and all that, that'd be absolutely awesome. And I will take it from there. I'm not particularly good at promoting stuff myself, so by all means.
Gotcha.
I got a couple of things. The Kiwi camera swap meet this Saturday. I'm gonna be there early to steal all the stuff before you guys get there. There's a camera show and swap meet. It's out kind of over by Skycraft. It'll be the Kiwi camera.
Sunday?
Saturday. And it looks like this is going to be a particularly good one for some reason. There's a bunch of dealers that don't normally show up there that are going to be there this time. So
I purchased that camera from one of the dealers who will be there.
Are they paying you?
No, he has another one for sale.
and if you were planning on going to the Hamfest, it was last weekend, you missed it.
What about Bacon Fest?
Next year.
Dustin went. Dustin took his test. Wherever he is. I don't know.
Where is he?
Justin is
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a
He took his test, so we'll see. I don't know if he got the results yet.
Usually they tell you right away.
Yeah, he'll know.
Wait, what? Not both Dustin. Dustin Cox. We have multiple Dustins, multiple Mikes, multiple Johns, multiple Davids.
Yes. Live on the internet.
Also,
Moving
Kiwi
on.
Camera is down for selling anybody interested in optics is like unusable glass by the pound. So if you need like lenses, you can buy his glass by the pound.
John buys all of his glass by the pound, I think. Stained glass lenses, sunglasses.
So how many lenses have you incorporated into your stained glass production?
John has an idea.
Other thing is upcoming, and I would like to possibly see if a group can get together. So the 19th of March is Jamie's egg decorating class. I can't say the word. There we go. It's like big pizza, but with key at the end. Anyway, so there's the McGill Air Show, which is happening on the 19th and 20th as well. If you've never been out for that Air Fest, it's pretty cool. But it's on 2 days, and yours is only on 1 day. So
you can still sign up for my class?
I could possibly still sign up for that.
So we also have Node School. That's on Thursday.
Yes.
We have Security Night. It's last Tuesday of the month. And we're going to have 2 anime nights really soon. Get in the anime channel so I can figure out when they're going to be.
Also, if any of you are sick, please don't come to the lab anymore.
Because you just wiped out half the
Because
lab.
like over the course of the last 3 weeks, I think that like 80% of the lab has been like deathly ill. I
Yeah.
think we're all better now.
No
Except
more
for Suraj.
norovirus.
And Shay's home with a fever.
Oh, Shay's got it now.
It's okay.
And if you
I heard it
some
was
of us who are
H1N1.
recovering coughing, we're not contagious.
Yeah, it's just
Word of the
Just say
witch.
it's gonna be a
6 weeks of coughing
Swine flu
after
is the devil.
you're better.
Yeah. Anyway, whoever got us sick, thank you.
Yeah.
Walgreens thanks you.
Event-wise,
Okay, we're all immune now.
yes, Jan Tun, I don't know if anybody has known her, but she is a Factor member who's interested in teaching a class here because no one at Factor wanted to take her class. It would be a $35 introduction to glass fusing class. So you can like walk away with like a pendant or two. Like you start out, you make the pendant, then you learn how the pendants are made, and then by the end of the class, the kiln is done in its cycle. You pick up the pendant that you made at the beginning. So that should be really cool. If anybody's interested in learning how to fuse glass,
Jamie's got we're on it.
okay, fantastic. She's hoping 4 to 6 seats, so we might have to do 2 classes, which would be cool. But she doesn't know what day would be good, so it's mentioned in Dremel, it's mentioned in Arts and Crafts. Her name on Slack is Jan Tun. Get with her, then she'll get with the calendar people, and we can get on the calendar and make it happen. But it should be pretty cool, and that is a class where she, as an instructor, is kicking back portions of the proceeds to FamiLAB, so it does also offset the need to raise so many members a month thing. If we can do classes like that, then it's really good for us.
Cool.
Also lets us buy things.
Yes.
It also means you don't have to
Yeah.
So way upcoming in the future, during the Hamfest, I had a chance to tour the fairgrounds where Maker Faire will be next year. They have rented the entire fairground space, and possibly will also add in the amphitheater. So
Really?
Yeah, 8,000. So the new amphitheater they're still building out in the back there.
Yep.
8,000 parking spaces and probably I don't know how many friggin' square foot of space we've got, but it's a lot. The Power Wheels racing track.
Off-road.
Huh?
Off-road.
Under a pavilion cover on flat concrete.
Oh, not in the safety village?
No, so you know in the back they've got the H-shaped building in the very back.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to do Power Wheels in one of the 2 sides. It's about double the size. One of those is about double the size of our entire Power Wheels area we had before. So we can support more cars and larger cars.
Night racing. Night racing.
We've thought about it. Also, the sponsorship packet for Maker Faire has gone out. If you're interested in sponsoring Maker Faire, or your company's interested in sponsoring Maker Faire, there are several opportunities available. They're doing things where you can essentially you buy and brand a part of Maker Faire. So we already have a donor who has committed for the Power Wheels. They've donated a sum of money and committed to 3 cars. So, and if they don't bring 3 cars, then they owe us the rest of the money. At least I'm hoping that's the way that works. But they're probably good for us. They were going to race last year, but they ran out of time after they found out it was going to be a thing. So we already have that. Things like parking are still available. If your company wants to pay for parking and have everyone get a little pamphlet that says your parking today was paid by what? There's a lot of opportunities available, and I would start thinking about your stuff because it's coming up sooner than we'd all like it to. Yeah, I'm already. I think we get it started.
Do you think it's only ways for president company to work for? FamiLAB stage.
We have a packet that actually gives that out, and if you'd like for Candy, Jessica, or Ryan to help them directly, they would be happy to do so.
We might have a solution for the second day.
Also, BattleBots is going to be in the other half. So you know what Power Wheels I just said was this building is 8-shaped. We're going to put BattleBots on the other side. So you could do 2 arenas if you can get a hold of them. We could actually even do not arenas. Like we could just have it in open air and put up sides and put down plywood.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You know the 200-pound ones?
Yeah.
We do not weapon.
Oh, there we go.
Judging by my rough guessing, those areas were about 60 foot by 80 foot. Maybe 60 by 100. So they're really big individual sections.
So you got mini sumo, sumo, and maxi sumo.
This guy knows what's up.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be. We're also trying to do a swap meet too. A major swap meet. We've been asked for that. So it's going to be ridiculous this year. Hold on to your socks.
What if we don't wear socks?
Hold on to someone else's socks.
Then you have some trouble with it. I got a few left.
You deserve
All
to get
right.
stabbed.
Moving on here, we do have one new member.
Should we do other stuff or should we do
We'll do that. I'm just going to order here. Sure, we'll do other update stuff.
Okay, so the big paragraph thing, Aaron Fleming messaged me about, I'm take that.
Sure.
So he couldn't be here because kids. I'll just read it verbatim because there's been discussion a number of times about the desire of some members for a full sheet, 4 foot by 8 foot capable CNC router. Since the lab itself isn't in a position to spend the money, anything to bring this capability would need to come in the form of crowdfunding, sponsorship, grants, or any combination of these. Since this is likely a big goal for anything to happen, it's important for everyone to weigh in and a single path forward be decided. Do we upgrade the current CNC router table? Detailed plan and dedicated coordinator would be needed. Rough guess has been between 1,000 and 2,000 and may leave us without the machine at all during the upgrade process. Do we buy a new CNC router machine such as a ShopBot? This has the benefit of having a warranty, but is likely to be the most expensive option with an MSRP of around 13,000. It may be possible to negotiate with the manufacturer or dealer for a discount. IANS volunteered to talk that, I believe. And it may need big contributors and donors committed up front to show that we're serious, or do we do absolutely nothing, which is a fair option. Aaron figured this was a big enough thing that we should bring it up to the membership rather than leave it to a crowdfunding post on the forums. Thoughts? I know Chorka would lead was talking about leading the upgrade process. Hein was talking about interfacing with ShopBot. And yeah, thoughts?
What's the current demand and what's like desired like new users? And
So,
the money users are afraid to use
quite
it.
a few new people have asked after learning how to do the CNC.
What's the next thing because of the furniture?
Yeah, that's the other thing. People are killing to do the furniture.
Is there an estimate on cost?
13,000.
1 to 2 grand to upgrade, but it would leave us without the machine at all while it's being upgraded, or roughly 13,000 for ShopBot. And we might be able to talk down or offset with grants and sponsorship, but someone would need to approach sponsors and write for grants.
Just so you know, 13,000 is the starting price for a 4x4
Right.
ShopBot. Yeah.
Right, and then, again, we possibly could talk that down or get sponsorship and grants, but it would require someone to seek that.
And we're not going to
So-
upgrade the under warranty machine.
Right out.
So do we have any kind of an estimate for what a time frame on an upgrade would be?
No, not that I have heard, but I have not been poking my nose in the CNC channel lately. Unfortunately, the best people to answer that are Chorka, Aaron Fleming, and Nick.
Circuit.
No.
Some of the arguments
sorry.
are
I was
just
gonna say.
that.
You're there now. Hi.
Yeah, he literally just showed up.
If we want, Carlos will give us access to their 4x8 ShopBot, and we can play around with it, see how we like it. he has said that there are some discrepancies with the machine, that he's had a lot of trouble with it, and that he'd actually preferred our 4x4 over it. But that, I mean, that's just one person. So, I mean, it could be helpful to get some input and actually test the machine out, and really see what it's capable of, and if we think it's worth the investment. As far as upgrade build time, it's purely dependent on member availability, those that actually want to work on it, and those that are capable of helping to upgrade it. I mean, after all the parts come in.
Guess at guess the worst case. Guess at low involvement. Guess at low time. What are we looking at? Just offhand. Pull a number out of your
That's
butt.
hard to say.
6 months.
It really is.
I would say 4 to 6 months, because judging by how
6
long it
months.
took to get it operational from when it was moved,
True that.
because that was an upgrade. I don't know if it's similar scale, but it was an upgrade process. And
Right.
it took about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, they build a whole new one right next to it. So
That's really harsh when you're talking about, hey, we've got this big new space and we want to do big projects for Maker Faire.
Yeah.
So just things to consider. I don't think we need to make a decision tonight by any means.
No.
So weigh on it, think about it.
I'm going to encourage Aaron and company to make a forum post so that we can capture everybody's responses. But if you want to learn the CNC, if you're invested in the CNC, give it some thought, and then post on that forum thread when it appears so that we can kind of keep track. As always, I have no problem leading a crowdfunding effort. I have no problem helping to find sponsors and grants. But it's got to be everybody deciding something. Downtime versus cost. They're doing nothing for the moment.
Which is a viable.
They like funded like a lot of Maker Fairs and other places. And they have 2 main shows here.
everybody's talking.
So, do we want to talk about the board thing first, before we move to new members?
Yeah, let's start there.
Okay. So effective today, David Sykes has resigned from our board of directors. He will continue on doing lab stuff. He's not resigning from the lab or anything like that. He just got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of work. So he decided that it would be better if somebody else who had more time and availability would take on his responsibilities. So he has left us. That means that for the remainder of his term, which is between now and the annual meeting this year, whenever that is, we are looking to appoint someone as per our bylaws to fill out the remainder of his term. If you're interested in that board position, let any of the board know, and we will consider you. If not, we will pick you at random.
Everybody on the board raise your hand.
Yeah. Okay, so
So here's the thing. So David had a list of duties. He said he'll actually continue doing a lot of those same duties, but he does not feel he can do them at the same capacity. He was essentially our shop czar. When anything would break or need repair, he would be the one to lead that effort. He also did some of the interfacing with external companies and getting parts and making sure things were working and things like that.
at the same time, you don't get elected to the duties, you get elected to the board, and we kind of redistribute based on where your actual strength is.
Correct, and that was what I was going to say.
Yeah. I'm jumping the gun here on you.
Yeah, we don't elect for duties. We elect for people, and then we figure out who's doing what once you're on the board. If you're interested, it's a short term. It's kind of like get your feet wet, and then when the annual meeting comes around, you could then run for a full term. So if you're interested, think about it. Let us know.
And we're totally raising the salary this year.
Letting you know. Thank you.
You'll get double what I'm making, by the way, for filling out the rest of the term. Yeah.
It's like 8 months, maybe. Not even 6.
Yeah. Bylaws say as near to March as possible.
We're what we're gonna do for just roll it around. Yeah, we've been pushing our annual meeting out every time, so technically our annual meeting could be next month.
No.
But honestly, it'll probably be my guess is September. Would be our guess.
Before Maker Faire? Okay.
Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe the weekend after Maker Faire.
January.
So
We should do
that's
Maker weekend.
what?
We should do Maker Faire weekend.
Yeah, that'll go well.
We could have it at Maker Faire.
We'll have space.
Let's see how that is.
So much space.
I'm not buying 4 Rivers.
If anyone has an RV, we've considered RV parking for Maker Faire.
We could see if we're sponsor.
Hey,
We'll talk later, sweetheart.
we can do camping and we can all set up overnight and
Other stuff. We'll see. Show and tell and awesome boxes. So awesomeness. Anyone have some awesome box stuff?
I was sick and I have no idea what's happened for the last month.
Go for it.
We're not like fully there yet.
Do you have a
I think
key?
it's awesome enough. So a large group
Yeah,
of
we do.
people here at FamiLAB have joined together and we've created an artistic group called Da Vinci's Damon.
Maybe in the lockbox.
And we're still waiting on like the best news possible. But when we did submit 3 LOIs to the Burning Man Arts Foundation, we were invited for all 3 LOIs to submit full proposals for art grants for Burning Man this year. So out of like over 500 persons, like we were competitive enough to make it through that first round. So I think that's great. I think we all did a good job in those proposals.
Yay!
Awesome.
Oh yeah, she already tried.
Yeah.
That's cool. You can track our
Yeah.
progress.
You should
Woo.
post that link in general.
It's in my bag. Here, you be cameraman.
I'm just gonna pull it out of the.
I can't pick that one.
My link's very astute.
That's the next security. That's how to pick a double-sided lock.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Awesome box number 1.
Nope.
Hey,
Nope.
this one is saying that they love Ted very much.
Is it a
We do our set.
If you would like to see that later, you can come up and take a look at it. We probably shouldn't.
It looks like we got this thing.
No,
Oh,
that's a good
yeah,
idea.
actually, I'm gonna awesome the crap out of that. I forgot about that. We got thank you letters and thank you cards from the 4th and 5th grade Gifted Talented class that we sent stuff to. So I'm going to extra thank the 2 or 3 people who donated money or stuff. We sent them a soldering iron, 2 Simon kits, 5 stamp kits, and a robotics kit that we got off Spark Fund.
Did we get rid of all of the basics games?
I think they've all disappeared, but I sent 5 of them. Cope ran them over there in a giant box. Their teacher wrote us an email to thank us, and then the kids all sent thank you letters. They're in the front display case out there. So 5 points to us, and they were absolutely thrilled.
So much violence in children.
While we're waiting for the other awesome box
I'll
keys, there's one
awesome box Nick, even though he's not here because he keeps doing stuff around the lab. Every time I turn around, he's fixing something.
There's one more in here.
Omega for sound.
Oh yeah.
Turn on the sound. I don't know everything you did, but there was a pretty panel on the wall, and that's what I see. So
Well, it was on the wall.
it was on the wall.
There's one
Pretty
more.
panel on the floor now.
Yeah.
Still works.
Omega's been doing a lot of work sorting and cleaning around the warehouse, and then also working on the sound system. So 5 points to Omega.
All right. So there's another thing in the awesome box. We'll wait for next month unless the person who put it in there knows what it was. Kind of key.
Hey, Willie, you should pick the lock. Have a drill and drill.
Double-sided. It's different.
We do good.
Trust me, I tried.
So show and tell. We have a band song.
Yeah.
Who has things to show and or tell?
lock.
Lance does.
That's that stuff.
It's gonna show you how to break.
So I can tell while we wait.
Tell.
So remember the cricket that was in the old lab that was broken, not working, and having issues? It is now functioning at my house and completely working with all of the make the cut software and shortcuts a lot that we were talking about before.
What?
The cricket, the vinyl cutter.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
It's all functioning and working with all the software. You can import anything into a cut.
Nice.
So,
Great for hacking.
I just want to
Just keep
put an
doing
event
it.
on the board. It's a thing happening at
We already passed the event section, right?
Show and tell.
No, go ahead, man.
Really?
But also drop it in Slack.
He's just giving you extra exercise.
Came
that's
with
all.
a dry erase and everything.
Surfaces 2016 is a projection mapping event. It's part of BYOB. Bring your own beamer. And that's an international show, but this is the Orlando version. Ginger Lee, who hopefully we can remember someday, is creating it. I'm helping her promote it. But there's going to be a DJ there, and all the artists are asked to create projection or video installation material that will interact with music. Okay. So anybody who's into it, you can hit me up. We did an impromptu workshop the other night, which turned into a piece of human sculpture that was brilliant. Lily like went to cope into the sky, who was holding a mirror that reflected a logo, and it was just gorgeous. It was like the pinnacle of my art career. It was just an improv workshop. I'm probably gonna have another one of those to make weird geometries with the laser. I'm gonna be making a Pythagoras tree tonight later if there's room for me to get on the laser. I'm gonna try to make it in 3D. So we're looking for like interesting surfaces to project video onto. Then you gotta learn how to edit and map the video, but projection mapping. All right. I have another thing to show. I'm telling you, wait until somebody else did. Different topic.
I got a new camera.
Cool.
It's a boat anchor. It's huge. Beautiful. It's a FamiLAB RV67. I purchased it from a local dude who will be at the camera show this weekend. This shoots. David's like, it's really over my head. It's very heavy. It shoots some of the largest negatives you can get on 120 film. It shoots a 6cm by 7cm negative, and it is probably from the mid-70s, the best we can tell.
Is it RV or RZ?
RV. It's the original. No electronics in here at all. It's really super neat. I spent the last couple of days replacing all of the foam light seals on it because they were all falling apart. But it's super neat. I've got some film in here. I'm actually going to shoot the rest of the pictures tonight and develop them. You only get 10 shots per roll, which costs you $6 for a roll of film. So each picture before you process it costs you 60 cents just to start. So overall, these probably cost about $3 a shot by the time you're done with everything.
Yeah, that's what the stuff shot the 2 square, but that shot the 2 1/4 in the aspect ratio of 8 by 10, right?
So essentially this shot, not this specific camera, but this size shot magazine covers and book covers for a very long time up until in recent times because you couldn't get the resolution needed in any other format besides 6x7 or larger. But this was a workhorse style camera for all those type of people. This isn't something like a photojournalist would carry with them in the field because it weighs like 7 pounds. That's pretty neat. But yeah, so if you want to take a look at it later, you're welcome to come and check it out. It's pretty super neat.
It's loaded, so don't mess around with it.
Yeah, don't shoot a shot that costs some money.
Nothing major, but I found power cables and
Yay!
Actually, it's some chasers that pretty much everything we're going to use since I moved, so I figured I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, we need to get the CAD machine and everything else machine set up and running, right?
Well, I mean, if you want to swap them out now, you can. Just I couldn't find a power cable.
No, we were going to keep those for when Short built an actual CAD machine. An actual video card that doesn't suck.
Well, if you want to use monitors that are not crappy compared to the ones that just run in, by all means, feel free to. That's what they think.
Elitist.
But
Mine.
yes, they may need some DVI cables, so I can't find.
Who's got them?
So
Yes, Jamie.
That should be.
I was just waiting for Shadow to stop. Then I'll talk.
That's why I cut them off.
Thank you.
Wasn't me, but I'll awesome the people who did Simplify 3D and the rotary tool for the laser were both fully crowdfunded. Lab did not pay a dime. Also awesome to Ian for getting us the $800 deal on the rotary tool instead of the whatever it cost, $1,400 or something crazy like that. We are in the middle of crowdfunding VCarve Pro, but actually we funded that. I'm waiting to hear back from them. And we're crowdfunding 3D printing upgrades, which have fully funded and has 2 stretch goals.
Okay, yeah.
Extra thanks to the anonymous donor who's kicked in for every single crowdfunding project. You rock.
Yeah, I had 2 things. I got one to tell. For my many hours of working on systems there with RPI people, I have finally completed my 4th legitimate kernel job for Linux. So I now can call myself a kernel developer to an extent, or at least professional kernel developer. So I'm really excited about that. But I learned most of that stuff sitting in the lab. So second thing is I have my hands on a Wang 1984 computer. It still runs, and me and Steven bought it. I bought the unit, and then he bought the keyboard and all the manuals and all the CDs and everything with the original MS-DOS on it that was made from Wang Laboratories. But he got it lost, so we lost all that stuff. So now all we have is the terminal and like the tower, but it runs and it turns on and says Wang very big in ASCII. Would the lab be interested in that coming here? So
So it's
Right now
everything
it's-
but the software.
What the
It
lab
runs.
is doesn't have
It
no
runs. The software runs. The issue is the keyboard is proprietary. So we were able to use a logic analyzer and some gates to make it go. So we can make it go, do whatever you want with it. But right now it's just an interactive. It's just an art piece at my house, just sitting there. And it says wang really big. And I'm like, hey, you guys want to see my wang? So I'd really like to donate my wang to the lab so I can complete the joke because we bought it for that joke.
Hey, it'll go great with your ball.
Exactly. So I didn't want to put something here that was just running in the corner, but maybe enough people wanted to dig at it. It's a pretty interesting piece of equipment.
Considering it's winter time, you're going
So I was just putting out there, because right now it's
Will we
just-
have to roll out the ramp, bring it to the back door, or will it fit through the front?
Oh, you can carry it. It's not that. I mean, it's not that.
Where you're wet.
Sometimes I do need a wheelbarrow, you know, but.
What kind of output, monitor output does it have? What kind of?
It's its own proprietary terminal.
Yeah,
those
those
things
things
are
are all.
That's the coolest looking terminal.
Any shocks on that?
Figure out how it works.
You said all software on Steam.
All floppies, they're all gone. They're all that stuff is gone. Some really mad lady who got the wrong stuff, she kept it, and then our good friend Steven, who is not very confrontational, never called her back, and now Lord only knows where that priceless stuff is. But this is one of the last running ones. In fact, if you Google the pictures of it, or see a picture of it in any documentary, it's that one. I got it from the museum for $250 on eBay. And so, anyway, I don't know what to do with it, so I figured smarter people here at the lab might want to wang.
Smart people out.
Is that something worth bringing in, or is it going to get thrown in the back?
Speaking of that, what happened to the TRS-80 that was here at one point?
We still have it. Still here.
Okay.
We've got a few pieces of that stuff, and it's all in cases out there.
Yeah, there's sort of a retro computing ghetto in the racks.
Yeah, it was kind of tossed on a shelf, and I repurposed the shelf.
Judging by what's happening to some of the other ones, I would say it would probably not be as appreciated here as the lab, but I would strongly encourage any individual who has a collection to consider.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't want it to get relegated to the back. You know.
Yeah, I don't want it to get thrown in the back or anything like that, but I also don't want it just sitting in my house where I'm not to the level where I can actually do anything more than hack a keyboard with it. I think a keyboard. Cool.
Other fun, interesting things before we move on to our new member?
I got one more.
Yeah, Mike and Mac both have more things. Yay.
So my classic, really focused way of doing things, I was going to buy a projector, and so I ended up buying a Mode 42.
You know those are different lights, right?
Light and sound, I can't make up my mind. We'll fire this guy up later.
You're a filmmaker at heart.
I got some stuff.
Well, that makes lightning sound.
And we'll take pictures of it with the RP67.
Nice.
Throw the microcord next to it.
Dave's got a work stat. I'm gonna hack into it. He's sick.
Mr. Mike.
Good. The last month's photography challenge went very, very well. And this month's photography challenge has 4 new topics.
And what would those topics be, Mike? I'm going to call you on that.
I'm so glad you asked.
Landscape, landmark.
Landscape, landmark, motion, and self-portraits.
Not selfies.
Not selfies, self-portraits due to lighting.
What's the distinction?
Actually putting some effort into the background.
Not holding the camera yourself. That'd be hard.
Yeah. Get a tripod or,
Selfie sticks.
You don't need a tripod if you can just stack some books on a table and set a cell timer.
But the trick is pay attention to your lighting.
I'm totally going to take a selfie.
Yeah.
Do it with your phone.
No,
it's
a bug. It's like a little flyer.
You're volunteering to judge next month's.
So last month's critiquers really, I thought, did a pretty good job with the photos. We were looking for ways to understand what people were doing with their photos, and
all the contestants brought food and things for them, right?
No, actually, we haven't started a bribery yet.
If you're interested to see the photos, I haven't posted them anywhere yet because I'm a terrible person. But if you ask me, I will put them up. I might append the existing blog post, but most more likely I'll put them on the forums because I don't really want to just post everyone's posts to the blog post without getting permission from everyone. So
you have permission.
I have to get everyone's permission. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put them at least on the forum, and if you want them, I'll send them to you directly.
Perhaps any of the challenges going forward are automatically approved for blog posts as part of the challenge?
No. There's some unfortunate legality issues that go into that get very hairy that I would rather just say, these are for the challenge, or we're not going to use them to publicize ourselves unless you otherwise give explicit permission.
If they're not things that are already copyrighted, like things Disney and stuff, I mean, if they're true works of your own imagination.
Like the Wang.
Well,
Wang.
we'll see.
Right now, it's
for now, since this is the first time we're doing it, we'll look into that. But for now, they're just.
It is self-portrait this month.
It's super cool though. You should definitely compete. You can compete with everything from a cell phone camera to 1975, football.
Heavy metal.
Anyone else before we move on?
Sorry.
Go ahead. It is limited right
Everyone
now.
always points at plans. Everyone always. I just think you're Sure.
Ask me in general.
Ask me in general, and it'll magically appear in inbox.
They can add you or you want to send it to them and they can check it out.
I have a question about classes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna find
anything like
Yeah, so what do you have to do to get a class? You have to show that you have at least enough people with interest? No. You just
Okay,
have
so-
classes of
that are official classes on the rolls. So what you do is you either email WebEx or we have a form, FamiLAB.org/teach-a-class. Let us know.
It's on the menu. You just have to hover over and there's a form, you click it.
Fill out the form, you let us know what you want.
Cool.
You let us know how much you're charging, if at all. Let us know what materials you need, what time block, where you need it.
And you could teach a class for a workshop size. It could be one person or two people.
And you can restrict it to members if you want, or throw it open to the public. A lot of our first round workshops have been members only, so that you know who's harassing you.
Yeah. Well, I want to do like a kernel debugging class because there's a lot of things changing in Linux that I think would be cool to kind of teach to the community. If you use a Linux box, you need to learn this stuff, like moving from proc and moving to syskernel and config and stuff.
After my students are done, I'll push them right over to you.
Well,
I'll go well for my.
It would go hand in hand. It really would go hand in hand.
Kernel building 101.
Yeah. And well, how to compile the kernel, so it'd be a couple things like that. So I just didn't know if I had to find interest or if I just put it out there and then generate interest after
Put it out
I.
there, we'll push it on social media.
I'm sure there's probably some interest, but I know a few of the students, usually they were doing intro, they did have some interest in some more advanced topics down the road.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you run right. If you do an Arch install, you're already doing detmod and you're already in it.
These are words I don't love. Sorry, I'll take the class.
You should take the class.
You should take the class.
I must have Jen to install once. Yeah, it didn't move, but I tried.
I will watch somebody install Gentoo entirely into their RAM.
Oh,
I have that in hand as well.
It was Lance.
Yeah, I might have done that one for 8 times.
It ran really, really fast.
While it ran.
I really turned it on.
And then the screams that they deafen you.
It's really amusing when somebody does that.
I have those new
Okay.
5 TB RAM boxes now.
So we have, as far as I'm aware, one new member present who's to introduce herself tonight. So, why don't you stand up and tell us a little bit about yourself and
Like lunch, we
all
promise.
that kind of stuff.
We just nibble gently.
Stand up.
We would prefer if you did. Makes it official that way.
Hi, I'm Andrea.
It's like AA, it's before it.
And we drink alcohol here.
I'm from Atlanta. Moved down here with my husband for a job. I have a 3-year-old.
What do you make?
Acrylic jewelry. So I've been here using a laser cutter a couple times. It's new. It's something new. I saw some things online and I just got interested.
How did you find out about us?
You.
I'll see you know who's playing.
Yeah. So.
Awesome. Cool.
What do you want to learn from us?
everything, like a lot of things you guys already know. So I'm open to new things.
There's a lot of things you don't know what they're talking about a lot of times.
So very important question.
Okay.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Oh boy. I don't answer
This is a charged topic.
No, actually, my husband, he talked to me about it right before I left the com. He said, they're going to ask you that.
Are you a Doctor Who fan?
No.
Firefly?
Babylon 5.
Anything?
Just a Firefly. No Firefly.
Better question.
Oh, what's your name?
Oh, yeah.
You're a fan of the Woodwright's drop? Hack 5?
I have no
This
idea
whole
what
house?
Okay.
We need to introduce
Do you know what a
you to this
fandom
show.
is?
Like when you like something a lot. Like the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a book series or
Okay.
We'll fix that.
Anime night.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel
It's
My
okay.
husband is like all
Get
these
started.
things. It's not me.
How do you feel about nerdy, socially awkward individuals who have
Trouble articulating things they want to ask you.
Good. It's good. It's live on the internet.
I'll ask you another question. You might have been pre-informed of this question since you've been informed of other ones. It is a very simple question,
Okay.
and it needs an answer.
Oh.
Do you know any good sites?
Any good site?
That's correct.
You have a website? Pinterest count? I like Pinterest. I like creative things. So.
That's okay. That is an answer.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's okay. We'll explain later.
Okay.
So, it's a question we've been asking 5 years.
No.
3 years?
After me, so just
No, it's tradition.
I witnessed somebody answer me incorrectly. I've seen
I have
go on.
said
It's
two.
amazing. Three.
Oh, there's three now.
I've only seen
Okay. So am
So
I muting? Am I muting now?
Probably 100 numbers we've had come through here, we've had like 3. We've never answered it correctly.
Okay.
Don't.
You want me to mute it now so you can tell it?
Yes, please mute it. So we're going to mute the Hangout. Hold the secret forever.
You have been hazed.
Yeah, that's about the price.
All right. So, any other final questions for Andrea, right?
Yes.
For Andrea before you move on. All right. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. She still needs at least one signature, I believe. Or did you get 2?
Can you tell me?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, say sign and turn in to John, and then we will officially vote on you next month.
Okay.
I have a question. So,
But feel free to still come by and hang out and
Okay.
do everything like you already as a member. You just have to have somebody else to speak.
right, you said you want to be on.
Yeah.
I've been bringing Jeannie. I think most people in here know her. I met her. She's working on laser, doing awesome stuff. But I want her to have her own key and stuff. So I think the best way and maybe paperwork and stuff like that. But I still think she should introduce herself to everybody.
Oh, let the hazing continue.
If you spill the beans, you
I won't. I'll keep it.
Yes,
I'll keep it on the down low.
All right,
It's not happening, John.
new board member gets to decide the new question.
Oh, all right. I
I'm definitely interested now.
I'm Jeannie. I've been coming here for about
You're not a
2
member?
months. What?
You're not a member already?
I'm
She's a pseudo member.
Just send her a bill.
coming with me,
It's fine.
but I'd like
Cool.
to get my own key so I can come whenever.
With all of us.
So I actually graduated last May with my bachelor's in fine arts, and I just recently started doing
digital art so I could do this. This was actually the first thing I did. Like this one was like the first thing I did, and I really want to start trying to sell some of my art by doing it in a more not practical, but like a way that people can appreciate it and it doesn't have to be just art on the wall. So we're actually doing this right now. We did this in acrylic, and we're gonna make a box around it, and we're gonna have lights behind it. So, and we're hopefully with Nate's help, we're gonna put it like do it to music, so it will pulse with music. So we're trying to combine working on Etsy and stuff like that. But actually, I'm really interested in learning about anything we're talking about. Like, well, I've done welding before. Like once, a long time ago. I don't remember much.
We'll talk. We're gonna have a workshop as soon as I get to it.
And then
January.
I would love to do that. And yeah, I really want to do that. And then I heard that we're getting like a ceramic something happening. That would be cool.
Yeah,
3D printer is really cool. So I want to actually be able to build my own things in the 3D printer. So I'd have to work on the computer stuff. So I'm not really great at that, but I will learn. So anyway, thank you for yay!
Do we have any questions for her?
Well, we gotta ask the Star Trek, Star Wars question. That's, you know.
Star Trek, Star Wars. That's hard for me because I think I prefer Star Wars, but I've grown up with Star Trek because my parents are huge Trekkies. So I can appreciate.
Star Trek.
They watched all of them actually. The one that I watched with them most was Next Generation. So that's the one I actually watched the entire series. I have seen the entire series of it with my parents. But I'm not huge into either of them. Like they're not my faves. But I do like Star Wars. Like we're doing for MegaCon, my friends at work and we are doing a Disney character Jedi cosplay.
Nice.
So we're doing Disney characters as Jedis.
Nice.
So it's gonna be yes, there will definitely be pictures. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get Nate. I was gonna do Snow White, but Nate wants to do Jack Sparrow. So with the lightsaber. Yeah. So it was Disney princesses, but then people were like, I want to do Captain Hook, and we're like, yeah, let's do
And
it.
you say, where is all the blue gone?
It's 9 o'clock.
All right.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Thank you very much. Carlos joined us. Carlos is one of the ones who stayed away from us. Thank you.
Did you have bacon?
I'm so sorry.
I
I think I've been taken.
Yeah, Carlos was hospitalized.
Probably killed me. I have no need.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carlos, for not doing
Well, no, once you message, I can't see anyone, I'm in quarantine, I was like, oh, so am I, actually.
You know, I don't know if that's a goal to see how many family members we get at the same hospital at the same time. That's not generally a goal.
We can hold the meeting there.
Yeah, well,
We'll have one of those parties that you used to have when you were growing up, chicken pox parties, but it'll be the flu party.
Can we set up the FamiLAB wing at the hospital? I know.
We're all sick now.
All right. I think that's it, unless anyone has any closing things. Or something.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy
birthday!
How old are you? You're an old fart.
I am.
he is a fart.
He's getting close to retiring.
You successfully made another orbit around the sun?
Right?
That's correct. I have traveled through time in a linear fashion. In 60 seconds per minute speed. Yeah. It'll be a fun year, I think. I hope so. Cool. Anyone else? Okay. We're good. Done.
Bye, Internet.